Om Shuklam Bharadram Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashante Yasyatma Bhutasya Guru Prasadat Aham Vimuktmosmi Sharira Bandhat Sarvopadeshtu Purushothamasya Tasyan Gre Padma Pranatosmi Nityam Prahlada Narata Parasara Pundarika Vyasambrisha Sukha Saunaka Bhishma Dhalvyan Rukmanga Udhava Vibhishna Palgunadin पुण्य इमान परम भागवतम नमामि जन्मादि अस्य यतो अन्वयात् इदरश्च अर्थत्सभिज्ञा स्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदय आदि हवये मुह्यन्त्यः सूरयः तेजो वारिमृतां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्सकोऽहं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्म प्रोजित कैतव अत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद् भागवते महामुनिकृत किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृदि अवरुध्यते अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषति शक्थनात् निहम कल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखाद् अमृतं ध्रुव संयुक्तं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् वासुदेवे भगवती भक्तियोगप्रयोजितः जनयाति आसु वैराग्यं ज्ञानं च यत् अहैतुकम् शृण्वतां स्वकथः कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृदयन्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विदुनोति सुहृत्सथां नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी वासुदेव पराधेदा वासुदेव परामकाः वासुदेव परा योगा वासुदेव परा क्रियाः वासुदेव परज्ञानं वासुदेव परं तपः वासुदेव परो धर्म वासुदेव परा गतिः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नाम संकीर्तनं यस्य सर्वपापप्रणाशनं प्रणाम दुःखशमनं तं नमामि हरिं परम् हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनदारिणं परमानन्दं माधवम्. In the Shrutis and Smritis, that is the Vedas and Puranas and Itihasas, the essence of all this is one thing, that is Nama Sankirtanam, chanting of the names of the Lord. It is also said that Shruti, Smriti, Puraneshu, Rama Nama Prakirtinam, Tan Nama Kirtanam Bhoyah Tapatraya Vinasanam. By chanting the name of the Lord, Rama, Krishna, Tapatraya Vinashanam. Tapatraya means there are three things. Tapatrayam. The problems that are caused by one's own mind and body, the problems that are caused by the other living entities, and the problems or miseries caused by the supernatural power. Adhyatmika, Adibhautika, Adidaivika. These are the three things which is very, very difficult to get rid of. We might be fit physically, but mentally we may not be strong enough to deal the situations and deal things that's happening to us in our life. Or people might be mentally strong, but their physical body may not be cooperative. If both physical and mental are good and stable, then the people around us not going to live us happily. There are people always keeps troubles to us in some way or the other. Maybe if we say, no, my my spouse is very cooperative, my children are very good listening to me, my parents are nice, my brother, sister, everyone is good. The boss is very good, right? Wherever I'm working, everything is fine. There's no issue with my anyone else. Well, a small, invisible virus can be a problem. We all know that we are experiencing that one right now. No one has seen this, but everyone is afraid of it. It's not related to us, but we don't have control of it. Everyone is locked down for a small, invisible virus. Adibhautika. That's called the problem that's caused by, not by me, by others, not by my family member necessarily. It could be anyone else, any living entities, anything. If everything is so nice, then the third problem is there, which is totally out of control. Totally out of control, which is the supernatural calamities that happens. Tornado, the volcano breaking off, bursting out, many things, right? Earthquake, so many things you can think of. All those things, we have no control of it. We have to just evacuate the place, run away from the place whenever things, if we can do so. Tapatrayam, these three are called Tapatrayam. Tapatrayam Vinasanam. Tapatrayam Vinasanam, one can destroy all those things if we understand the essence of Shrutis and Smritis. Shrutis and Smritis are the four Vedas, combination of four Vedas, and the 18 Puranas and 2 Itihasas, Upapuranas, and all the scriptures. If we understand the essence of these scriptures, Shrutis and Smritis, then we can deal anything for that matter. One does not have to be afraid of anything in their life. So what is the essence of this one? The first thing we need to know to know these things is a language. All the Shrutis and Smritis are written in a language which many people does not know. And that is written in Sanskrit language. Many people does not know this language, but that's what it is written. To learn the language itself is going to take some time, 15, 20, 25 years to learn the language. It's not just reading the language. You need to know the deeper meaning of what you read. Because people can read Sanskrit, not necessarily they know the meaning of what they read. Right? Because the language is such a rich language, it can give multiple meanings. So it's very difficult. Therefore, one has to know the language, one has to know the proper meaning of that as they read the Puranas and the Vedas. And then after reading all this thing, by the time they read everything, it's not even one lifetime is sufficient enough. Assuming somehow or the other, this person read everything. The next thing is, does he understood the essence of this one? So therefore, the whole program of these things are made into such an easy way for everyone, irrespective of you know the Sanskrit language or not, irrespective of you have read all the 18 Puranas or not, irrespective of whether you read the Itihasas, irrespective of whether you learned 4 Vedas. The essence is very easily given by the saints. Rama Nama Prakirtanam. Tan Nama Kirtanam Bhoyaha Tapatraya Vinasanam. It is said, by chanting of name of Rama, 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 by chanting the name of Ram, everything will be taken care. And that is the essence of Shrutis and Smritis. After reading all this thing, one does not understand the essence is to chant the name of God, then they did not get the point. They really did not get the point. So the whole purpose of what we are reading whether it's Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam or Vishnu Puran or Ramayana or Mahabharata, ultimately to develop the desire to chant the name of Krishna, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So if that has not been done, there's no point in simply hearing, there's no point in simply reading pages after pages after pages, there's no point in collecting books and fill up your house or library, but you don't chant. That means a person has not got the essence of what the message has been told in all the scriptures of Sanatana Dharma. Even there's a scripture called Vishnu Dharma. Beautiful, beautiful points has been made in Vishnu Dharma, where it said that two syllable called Hari, the two syllable Hari is equal to 4 Vedas. Right? We break our head, right? What is Rig Veda? What is Sama Veda? What is Atharvana Veda? What is Yajur Veda? Right? I have not read this one. But then the Vishnu Dharma says, simply chant Hari. Please, everyone, you don't need to unmute it. You can chant Hari. By chanting Hari, you already read 4 Vedas. That's what it says. By chanting Hari, you have done Ashwamedha Yagya, 100 Ashwamedha Yagyas already. Right? By chanting Hari, Hari Haratti Papani, by chanting Hari's name, all the papa, all the sins that one can think of are all vanished. It's all gone. And this is not just a fiction or it's just not some imagination. It's true. Why it is true? The Shastras says. When the Shastra says, it is not going to lie. Because the Shastras are none other than the Lord Himself. Therefore, Shastras are true. God is true. When God is true, the Shastra has to be true. There's no question of anything else. The Vishnu Dharma has many stories where it speaks about the importance of the name of Krishna. There is one such story called a story of a person, a prostitute whose name was Jivanti. She was in her house, but she is attracted to one man, and this man's name was Rama. Even though she has many customers, but she was very much attracted to this one person called Rama. So she also had a parrot in her house. So she always teaches her parrot the name of her lover, Rama. So she used to teach the parrot Rama, and the parrot also speaks Rama, 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 like that. At the end of the life, she attained moksha just by teaching the name of Rama, which is our imagination or our understanding is not Ramachandra, Ayodhya Ramachandra. It is her beloved a man, a mortal man. By chanting that person's name, she got moksha. And there's another story, Kshatriya Bandhu story, also mentioned in the Vishnu Dharma, where there was one person who lost his life in a nicer way. And finally, he was in a stage of where realizing that he made all mistakes in his life. So he went to a close by Rishi and he asked, I spoiled my life, entire life. Is there anything that I can do to rectify me, correct myself? I've done a lot of mistakes. And the Rishi asked him, so what do you have with you? What do you do? Well, I don't have anything else. I just have a cow and I have a caretaker who takes care of the cow. That boy Govinda is there, and the Govinda takes care of my cow because I love my cow so much. And then the Rishi said, then you really don't need to do anything. You can just go back and continue whatever you're doing. You will get moksha. And then this man was surprised. And no question, he also attained moksha. Because he was so attached to this cow he always calls is that the servant, Govinda, hey Govinda, did you bathe the cow? Hey Govinda, did you give the grass to the cow? Hey Govinda, did you graze the cow? Hey Govinda, did you milk the cow? Hey Govinda, did you take care of the cow? Constantly he was thinking about the cow. Therefore, he was calling the servant to take care of the cow, whose name was Govinda. By constantly chanting the name of Govinda, he also attained God. Many stories are there in the Itihasas and Puranas where we can see how important it is in the age of Kali that one have to take up the process of chanting. In the Bhagavatam later we are going to see the Skaler Dosha Nidhi Rajan Atihi Ekha Mahan Gunaha Kirtanat Eva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Vrajayat. It said in the Kali Yuga, in the age of Kali, everything is wrong. Everything is a fault. Right? Padam Padam Yatpi Padam Natesha. Meaning any step we take, it's going to be a danger involved. And everything is a fault. Nothing is good in Kali Yuga. But there is only one good thing is there in Kali Yuga. And because of that one good thing, we are saved from the clutches of this material existence, bondage. That one thing is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. By chanting the name of Krishna and Rama, that's the only benefit that we have in Kali Yuga. And doing anything else is all good, but it's all just an agent for one to become to a level of chanting nicely the name of God. The chanting of Krishna is so very powerful, it even saved Mother Sita, Rama's name, saved Mother Sita. Sita was almost ready to kill herself in the Ashoka Vat, where Sita couldn't tolerate any further. She was thinking, I'm going to put a rope on the top of this tree and hang myself. So she was ready to do so. But what saved her is Ramanama. Ramanama. Because Hanuman started chanting Rama's name, glories. As soon as she heard this one, she gave up her idea of a suicidal idea. She gave it up. What saved Draupadi, we all know very well, Govinda Nama, the chanting of name of Govinda. So it is not only one has to chant the name of God. Even if mentally, if one thinks Krishna, they don't have to open their mouth. If someone is really feeling, oh, I have to open my mouth and say Krishna, I'll become very tired. I'm so tired, I cannot chant. I don't know how you people are chanting so many times. It's very difficult. I cannot open my mouth. That's fine. Can you mentally think Krishna? If the person says yes, he gets the same benefit of what a person who was chanted would have got. But again, all these things is to emphasize the importance of chanting. Not to say that, see, you don't even have to chant. Just think why you have to chant 16 rounds. Just mentally think, because that's what it's been told. That's not the idea. Idea is even a person who can mentally think and get a benefit, think about those people who are opening their mouth and closing and opening and closing and telling Govinda, 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 Rama, Murari, Mukunda, Hari, 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 Krishna, 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 Krishna. Just imagine about those people who are physically opening their mouth, God-given mouth, in the service of God. Think about them then. How much benefit is waiting for them. So that's how we have to understand these things, not to think that therefore I don't need to chant. I'll just simply think. That's enough. That's not the idea. So since the Puranas and Itihasas, everything speaks about the chanting of Krishna's name, but these are in their own high-level language, which is Sanskrit. Therefore, in each and every part of the India, you can see that great saints have appeared and they have given the same essence, chanting of the name of Krishna in the local languages. Starting from the south, you go to the top to the north, you can name every state and you will find a saint who glorifies the chanting as a process, easiest process. So when Parikshit Maharaj heard that these hellish planets are so difficult, how we can be free from not going to hellish planet. Therefore, Shukadeva Goswami said, there is one way that we all can escape. That one way is chanting the name of Lord. That's the only way one can be free by all the sins that one have committed. Right? It is not a program. One should not think that this is a program to remove all the sins. It's a side benefit. Without even be wanting to ask, let my karmas be removed, by chanting, these things will be removed. But the best thing of chanting is, besides the secondary thing which is getting removed, is bhakti is being developed. That's how it is. Right? The example is given where a person is going for jogging. Right? A person is going for jogging. As a person is going for jogging, he sweats. It sweats. If someone is asking, are you going for jogging to sweat? That's not the reason why he's going for jogging to sweat. Sweating is not the reason why he's jogging. The purpose is something else. But while jogging, it sweats as a byproduct. Right? No one is asking for sweating. It comes out of the body. Likewise, chanting Krishna's name is to cultivate unalloyed bhakti, a devotion towards Krishna. While cultivating those things, like how the sweat comes out of the body, the karmas will get out of us. All the karmas that we have collected for many years, it all will run away, vanish. In fact, it's not run away, it get burnt away into ashes. Therefore, Parikshit Maharaj, my dear Parikshit, let me tell you a story of a Brahmana who benefited by chanting the Lord's name. Kanya kubchet vijay kaschit dasir patir ajamilaha. Bhagavatam the story starts like this. It's a story of a Brahmana person named Ajamila. This Brahmana, Ajamila, he was a young man. He was living in a place called Kanya Kubcha with his parents, with his wife, with his children. Very nice family. Life was going very nice, smooth, no problems. Everything was nice. He was serving his aged parents. He was taking care of his wife nicely, playing with children. It was a normal, nice life. And Brahmana means they don't do anything else. Their job is to do yajna for others and then teach the Vedas for others. And then by doing so, they get some donation. They use whatever they comes for that particular day, and the remaining they donate it out. This is how the life goes for Brahmanas those days. They don't worry about what's going to happen for me tomorrow. Their only survival as per the Varnashrama system is they have to do these things. Learn Vedas, teach Vedas, do yajna, and then get dharma, get dhana from others for their survival. So life was going on like this for Ajamila. Very nice, no problem. And then he was assisting his parents, his fathers in his pujas. One fine day, as usual, he goes to forest close by jungle to collect the wood and necessary things for the puja. So as usual, he went to the forest to collect some wood pieces, the twigs and whatever is needed. He went to collect those things from the forest. It was a special day. by the will of the Lord. That's how we have to say anything that happens in our life, it doesn't happen accidentally. Everything is happened by the will of the Lord. Otherwise, things will not happen. So this also happened by the will of the Lord. That's what we have to say. Edirchaya. Often we must have heard this term called Edirchaya. Edirchaya means that which happened by it, occurred by itself. That's called Edirchaya. Right? In Ramayana, we see many times this terms coming, Edirchaya. So Edirchaya meaning accidentally or by some occurred, by the will of some supreme, something happened. What happened was, Ajamila was, while he was collecting and doing things in a place, in a distance, he saw a lady with a man. And she, by her profession, was not a, not a very good profession she was doing. She was a prostitute. She was with a man in not a nice way to see. So they were together. His vision caught the scene. As soon as he saw the scene, he closed his eyes, turned around. He remembered the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. He remembered the teachings of his parents. He remembered everything. He remembered his wife. He remembered his children. He remembered everything. He understood this should not be seen again. So he was quiet. But something was pulling him back. Again, turned around and looked. Again, he closed his eyes, said, this is not what I should see. This is horrible, abominable. I'm a Brahmana. I'm a cultured family. I'm from a cultured family. My father, my mother, my wife, everyone is there. I shouldn't be looking into such things. This is bad things to see. He turned away from that scene. Within a moment, again his eyes pulled him back to the scene. And this time, the duration extended. As the duration extended a little bit, and he was trying to fight with his senses, with his mind, he himself. The situation was terrible. It's a terrible situation. The senses are pulling. His mind is playing his role to convince the intelligence of this boy, Brahmana, Ajamila, but his other part of the intelligence telling not to do this one. It's a battle was going inside. Right? It's a real battle that is going inside. What is that, Krishna? Why people are doing like this? Kama yeshaha, krodha yeshaha. This is the reason. Exactly what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. This time he turned and completely got lost. He went back home, but then his thought was over there, what he has seen. Have you all had an experience where you see something bad, even for a second, a momentary thing, and that momentary thing of bad thing that we have seen would be more impressioned in our mind than the good thing, surprising. Because we see God, we go to the temple constantly, we look at the deity's form, we do all those things, we hear Krishna Katha, we hear chanting, all those things continuously happen. But one small thing, bad thing that we might have heard, one bad thing that we might have seen 20 years back, 30 years back, and still it's there in the mind. But we are seeing constantly Krishna everywhere, but that doesn't come immediately. We have to force our mind to bring Krishna into our thought. Whereas the other thing, without even inviting, it just comes constantly. Because the Rajoguna and Tamoguna are very, very predominant, very strong in us. Therefore, the Sattva Guna loses its position. In Mahabharata war also we saw there were 7 Akshohinis. and there were 11 Akshoganis on the other side. Always, when we try to do good things, there's a battle involved within ourselves. Pandavas were good people, but they only had 7 Akshoganis, seven armies set. Whereas Duryodhana and parties are evil people that we know, but they had 11 set of people, army set of people, more than the Arjunas, because we have more than the good thing that we have done in previous lives. Bad thing are the one which is more compared to the good ones. Therefore, because of the bad thing that we have done, lot of bad thing that we have done in past, obviously Rajoguna and Tamoguna will be on the upper hand, whereas the Sattva will be on lower. It's a fight between this all the time, and not to give up the fight. This is exactly, it's very important that one should not lose hope in the battle. One has to continue fighting this battle, but with the shelter of devotees, by taking the shelter of Krishna's name, by taking shelter of Krishna himself. Therefore, the Ajamila thought again went to that lady. So he made a plan. The plan was, he brought that lady home and told that you are working so hard, my dear wife. You need someone to help you. So I thought this lady will help you. And she came inside the house as a maid servant. As days were progressing, moving on, then his wife became a maid servant, and she became took the position of the wife. The family situation of dynamics were changing. He was not spending time with children. He was not talking or doing anything with his own wife. He was not going out to bring anything for his father's puja. He didn't even care about his fathers. They are old. Parents are old. He didn't even worry about the parents, whether they ate, whether they need medicine, whether they need any of those. Nothing has been taken care of. They just left like nothing. The days were moving on. Now he started ill-treating his wife. He started ill-treating his children. Finally, he started hitting them and chased them out of the house. When the parents started asking questions, they were also beaten up. The poor parents could not survive any further. They left their body in a pathetic situation. Now, Ajamil was very happy because all those things have gone. His wife, his children, his parents, no responsibility. What he wanted in his life, he got it. This lady. Life was going on to satisfy this lady. Now he has to work because he lost his position as a Brahmana. Therefore, no one is going to call him to teach their children. My Ajamila, can you come and teach this, Vedas for my children? No, who's going to appoint him to be a teacher because he lost his culture? So no one is going to ask him to do pujas. No one is going to ask him to teach anything. No one is going to give him donation. Everything is stopped. The total income is stopped for him. When the incomes are stopped, but he still have to maintain his wife, this new wife, for him, because she's in great demand. She wants everything. Otherwise, she will quit. So he was starting to do all sort of things, robbing people, cheating people, doing all sort of things. You can't imagine what all he did in his life. He did so much of papa that no one can even keep track of. Chitragupta, who was an accountant for all of us, our karmas, he was running out of space in his hard disk. Completely out, is full. That much papa was done by Ajamila. over the period of his life. He also used all his wife's collection, whatever the wife saved, that was also used of. Years were passing, they were growing older. During this time, he got many children, 10 children from this lady. But he was very much attached to the 10th son, very much attached to this 10th son. And also he named this son as Narayana. Narayana. It is important from this story also we understand how we keep names to our children. Right? So that at the time of death, we can call our children by that name, and we'll see the benefit of it as we go through the story. Sometimes people keep name of children, very nice names, but then call something in a shorter form. Say Narayana can be called as Nar or something like that. Or Mukunda will be called as Mukku. These are all not nice way of calling. If you kept Narayana, call Narayana. If you get Mukunda, call him Mukunda. If you call Krishna, call him Krishna, and so forth. But Ajamila was very attracted to his last son because of his broken languages, awkward movements, everything. He was very attached. He was 88 years old. By now, he was 88 years old. He was on his bed. He was on his bed watching his son playing in a distance. Very happily he was watching. At that point of time, on a sky, in a distance, he saw unbelievable scene. There were three personalities, cannot be explained. Very, very, very horrible, fearful, terrible to see. Three of them. They were coming, rushing towards Ajamila. Anyone knows who those three are?
Prabhuji, can I tell?
Yes. Yes. You're going to say?
Prabhuji.
Yeah, unmute and speak, please.
So it was the Yamadutas.
Yamadutas, thank you. It was the Yamadutas. Yamadutas means Yamakinkarya, they are a servant of Yamaraj, the Lord of Death. When a person dies, and they are the one who comes, pulls the soul out of the body and take the Atma to the Yamapatna. And when they take it to Yamapatna, and that's where they will be, it's a judgment day, as they call judgment day. Now, 1 second. Okay. So the Yamadutas came. As soon as Ajamila saw, and also these Yamadutas were ready, and they have a rope, pasha. Pasha means a rope. Sapasha hastam trin dristva purushan atidharunan. So they took the pasha and were ready to push and pull the Atma out of the body. Pull Ajamila from his body. That means what? What does it mean? It's time for Ajamila to die. Its time has come for him to leave the body. He's going to die. That's what is going to happen. So as soon as Ajamila saw this fearful personalities, his hairs on the up, and he don't know what to do. And then loudly he called out for help to his son, whose son was the 10th son, small boy, playing over there, close by place. He didn't even notice all this thing, what's going on here. So he called out to his son, Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. He called out, Narayana. Please, everyone, mute yourself and call out Narayana. Yeah, thank you. So Narayana, he called out Nara. As soon as he called out Narayana, something interesting happened. Now he saw there's another 4 personalities, but they were not fearful. They were beautiful, very, very beautiful, unbelievably beautiful, very charming, very bright, effulgent looking. 4 of them were there. 4-handed form, bluish in color, with kiritam, with crown, nice, beautiful ornaments, smiling, nice smiling face, with nice smiling face. They were there, 4 of them. Is there any children here? Anyone else can say who they are?
Vishnu Dutas.
Vishnu Dutas, very good. Vishnu Dutas. They came, arrived right there. And then as soon as they came, they said, stop it. That's what they said, stop it. And this is something very unusual for Yamadutas. They never experienced, because their full job, they are 24/7 busiest people that you can think of. We all speak ourselves to be busy, right? I have no time, Prabhu. I am very busy. I have to get up in the morning. I'm doing this one. I have to go to work. I have to do this one. At least we get in between some gaps to eat. At least we get some gaps to speak to family members. We get some gaps. But Yamadutas on the road, non-stop. I'm not sure. Maybe they have their packed food, fast food, while they're going and putting the rope on someone, eating some. Possible. I don't know where they get the time, because the death rate is constant, 100%. Constantly death is happening. They're all on their march, on the way, full-time job. And when they heard, stop it, they were quite shocked. Who in the world will be dare to say, Yamadutas, stop it? So they were confused. Where is this voice coming from? What is this? Who can? Then they turned around and saw there are 4 personalities. They asked, sir, who are you? Who are you? How can you challenge us? How can you challenge the order of Yamaraja? Kasyava kuta ayataha kasmat asya nisidatha kim deva upadeva ya yuyam kim siddha satamaha. Dear sir, whose servants are you? Where are you coming from? How can you say, stop? Are you a devata? Are you from heaven? Are you a devotee? Who are you? But your eyes are looking like a lotus petals. Your beautiful dress, nice garlands around you, attractive crown, beautiful earrings. You have long arms, well decorated, and you're carrying sword, club, conch shell, everything. Who are you? Why are you stopping us? And the Vishnu Dutta said, well, we'll tell you who we are, but who are you? They said, we are Yamadutas. If you are Yamadutas, servants of Yamaraj, explain the meaning of dharma, because Yamaraj is also called as Dharmaraja. So you tell me, if you're servant of Yamaraj, then tell me what is the principles, religious principles, and what are the symptoms of irreligion? What is religion and what is irreligion? These are the questions that many of us get confused with, or we may not find answers. But that's why when we turn the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, we'll have all these answers available for us in a beautiful story format. So Vishnu Dutta said, ask this question, Yuyam vai dharma rajasya yati nirdesha karinaha bhuta dharmasya nastvam yat cha dharmasya lakshanam. Dharma lakshanam. What is the dharma lakshanam? What is adharma? What is dharma? What is the process of punishing others? Whom to be punished? Whom should not be punished? These are the questions that Vishnu Dutta asked Yamaraja. And the Yamaraj, the servants of Yamaraja. The Yamaduta said, beautifully they said, Veda pranihito dharmo, Veda pranihito dharmahi adharmastat viparyaha. They said, Vedo narayana sakshat swayambhuriti sushruma. What they said is that the Vedas are the dharmas. The principles are mentioned in Vedas. And these Vedas comes directly from Narayana. Therefore, the Vedas and Narayana are no different. There's no difference between these two. That's what they said. Then they continued. A person who's committed mistakes, they list out all the mistakes. They have to be taken and punished for their mistakes. The person who's followed the Vedas, Dharma Shastra, and they should not be taken to hell. And how do we know that a person is doing according to the Dharma or a person is doing Papa? Well, it's very easy. The Lord has kept agents everywhere. The Lord has kept agents everywhere. The agents are sun, fire, sky, air, moon, the evening, the daytime, the nighttime, the directions, the water, the land, and the Lord within ourselves, the Paramatma. Everything is witnessing our actions. Whatever that we are doing is not, interestingly, it's not a single point of failure. Even if one of this witness goes to sleep, there's the other one who is watching us. So there's no way one can escape from the mistakes that they have done. Everything has been witnessed. These are all spoken by the Yamadutas. Therefore, we have to be very careful when it comes to ourselves. Be very conscious, because these things not necessarily that one has to be physically watching us whether we are doing right thing or bad thing. The Lord has kept agent everywhere. Everywhere agents is the Lord's agents are there. They're watching our program, our movements. Every single movement has been watched. Every single that comes out of our mouth as a speech has been noted. Every thought that's starting from our heart, that is being noted. There's no way that one can escape from what we think, what we speak, what we do. We all have to pay for it because of the agents that are present everywhere. Therefore, this in the material world, the Yamadutas continues, therefore in this material world, people does two things, either pious activities or impious activities. If a person is doing impious activities, they will be taken and punished in hell. If a person has done pious activities, if they have done enough of pious activities, they will be taken to heaven, or they'll be given another birth for them to enjoy. So this is how the system works. So where is the question of not punishing Ajamila? Ajamila abandoned his dharma, a Brahmana dharma, abandoned his families, abandoned his parents, aged parents. He was going behind a Shudra woman, a low-class woman, and gave up everything. He was intoxicated. He was doing all sort of abominable thing to make money and to keep his family happy, this new family happy. Therefore, this Ajamila has to be carried to Yamapatna. We have to take him there and punish him. And that is what dharma means. That is a real dharma that we have to do. As soon as the Yamadutas said this one, the Vishnu Dutas, oh my God, how even you guys were appointed as an employee in Yamapatna. You have not gone through any proper training. You don't know what dharma means. Whatever you're speaking is all ulta, is all reverse. You're speaking dharma, what is dharma to be, the dharma that's been done, you consider that to be religion, and therefore you're taking Ajamila. What sort of people you are? How can you even think of doing this one? Well, Ajamila is a sinful person. He has not done any sin. That's the response that the Vishnu Dutas gave. He is a sinless person. He is a sinless person? What do you mean he's a sinless person? Ajamila, excuse me, I think you four have come to a wrong address. Maybe you're talking about someone else. We are talking about this guy who's just lying here, staring at us with fearful face, question marks in his mind. This guy, he is a sin personification. We are talking about this guy, this person. And Vishnu Dutta said, yes, of course, we are also talking about this great person, Ajamila. He is a great devotee. He is a sinless person. How do you say that? How do you say that? Well, what is the essence of dharma? You said everything very nicely, Yamadutta. What's the essence of dharma? The essence of dharma is to remember the Supreme Lord. At the time of death, Ajamila remembered the Supreme Lord by calling out, Narayana, Narayana. Come on, excuse me, sirs. I think you don't understand his family details. Let me explain to you. His father name is this, his mother's name is this, his ex-wife name is this one, his new wife name is this one, his first son name is this, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th son name is Narayana. Excuse me, do you know that? Vishnu Dutas? Maybe you don't know that one. He was not calling your Lord Narayana, he was calling out the 10th son, his own son, whose name is supposed to be Narayana. Therefore, he's still a sinful person. So please allow us to take. And the Vishnu Dutta said, you guys are completely clueless. You don't know anything about the dharma. Na, ra, ya, na. Whether a person chanted knowingly or unknowingly, the name itself will give the benefit. It doesn't require for one to know anything about that. Just by chanting Narayana, that itself enough. That's sufficient enough for one to remove all the sins, millions of lifetime that they can think of. He has already atoned. He has done the atonement already. Therefore, he is completely free from all the sins. And where is the question of you people going to take him to Narakaloka? And where is the question of putting him into any sort of programs, punishment program? Yeah, we cannot do that. He's sinless. All the sins are gone. Even if a person chants a name, Sanketam Parihasyam va Stovam Helanam Evava Vaikunta Nama Grahanam Aseshaha Param Viduhu. The Vishnu Duta says to the Yamadutas that even if a person chants a name, hey, look at these guys, these are all Hare Krishna people, and they hit their head. Sometimes people talk like that. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Those are mad guys. Right? Even if the person want to criticize by calling out the name of Krishna, even if a person want to make fun and joke out of someone who is chanting by telling them, imitating Hare Krishna, what is this, all this nonsense? They chanted. So one time in a devotee, disciple of Prabhupada, he came and showed Prabhupada a report in America. This was in 70s. Prabhupada, see this report. This reporter has written everything bad about our Hare Krishnas. And Prabhupada said, is it? Okay. What has he written? I mean, many things he's written. Hare Krishnas are like this. Hare Krishnas are, walking on the street and jumping up and down. Hare Krishnas are, bearing all this white color bed sheets around them. All sort of things there. He has written everything. So can you please tell me how many times he has said this one in his report? And this disciple started counting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he counted. And there was another report. Another report was talking very nice things about Hare Krishnas. And then Prabhupada said, count that also. So he counted the other report, which was good report. He counted the bad report. And the bad report had more Hare Krishna in it. And Prabhupada said, wonderful. He gets a benefit now. So that's a point here. Whether you want to do this as an entertainment, whether you want to jokingly chant, whether you want to just call it, hey, Hare Krishna, come here, something like that. However it is, everyone gets a benefit. That's a power of chanting Krishna's name. It is so powerful. There is one Alvar. His name is Thondaradi Pudi Alvar. In his writings, a beautiful writing called Tirumalai, he says that I am not fearful of anything. I'm not at all fearful of anything. If Yama comes, I will stamp on his head and walk. Because on my tongue, the name of Krishna is there. Because my tongue is always chants the name of Krishna, I am not fearful about Yama or whoever it may be. I can walk on them, step on them and go. That's you can just imagine how much faith one has in the holy name of Krishna. Therefore, one has to spend time in chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now one might ask this question, how can a person who chanting one time, say, Keshava, okay, how is it by chanting one time the name of Keshava or Krishna can remove all the sins, because it is said that when the Jivatma leaves the body and is taken to Yamaloka, the hell, the very first question that Yamaraj asks this Jivatma is, Kim Tvaya Nachito Devaha Keshavaha Kleshanasanaha. The very first question that Yamaraj asks the new arrival, right? He asks this question, Kim Tvaya Nachito Devaha Keshavaha Kleshanasanaha. He said, you lived there in the Bhuloka for so many days, so many years. You didn't even get a chance to say Keshava one time. This is a question that he asked. You didn't even get a chance to say Keshava. Please, everyone say, unmute, mute, and then say Keshava, Keshava, Keshava.
Keshava.
Right? So Keshava, yeah, please. So Yamaraj is going to ask this question for one who's...
Keshava.
Yes, thank you. When a Jivatma goes to Yamapatna, the question that's been asked by Yamaraj is, you didn't chant Keshava even one time? Why? Well, if you have chanted one time, even one time in your lifetime, then you and I shouldn't be facing each other. You will be somewhere else with that, the owner of that name, not with me. You would have gone to Vaikunta. You won't be coming to my place. And that's how it is so important, the chanting of the name of Krishna. And of course, we are not here to avoid going to hell. We are not here to remove all the sins. As I already explained, our idea is to, by chanting the name of Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. By chanting, we'll develop the bhakti and we'll be ready to face Yamaraj. We will be ready to face any of these things in our life. If we chant sincerely, take it serious in our life. So therefore, Vishnu Dutas were saying that, Yamadutas, you people don't understand what dharma means. Probably you may have to return back and do your education, come back, and we can talk about it. And the Yamadutas were really bewildered. They're really bewildered. They don't know what to do now. They left the spot and rushed back to Yamaraj to report this peculiar situation they never experienced in their lifetime. This is something unusual. So they want to report back to Yamaraj because they are confused now. According to them, Yamaraj is the main person, main god. But someone else here are coming and stopping them to do any of these things. So they're confused. Who is real ruler? Who is real controller? What is dharma? How can a person like Ajamila can be excused? What's going on here? So they are going to go meet with Yamaraja and report what has happened. And then in our next session, we will see what Yamaraj has to say in return to Yamadutas. With that said, we can stop here and open up for any questions or discussions. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So I just wanted to comment on Ajamila's story is really inspirational for all the fallen souls, a fallen soul like me, because how can Nama give liberation to even such a to even such a fallen soul. So, but like after hearing Bharat Maharaja's story, and then after hearing Ajamila's story, I'm feeling like it's kind of injustice, because like Bharat Maharaja was on such an elevated plane. He left everything and he did so many pious activities. He just got little bit attracted to a deer, but then again he did not get the liberation, he did not get his ultimate path, and he had to take 2 more births. But Ajamila did so many impious activities, but then at the end he got his ultimate place. So I don't know, would you like to comment on that?
So we have to understand these two stories are meant for two purposes. One purpose is that one should remember Krishna at the time of death. Okay, that means it puts one into a situation that their life has to be designed in such a way so that they can be prepared to meet death, and at the time of death they can remember Krishna. So how do we explain this one? Bharat Maharaj's story is there. Okay, well, Bharat Maharaj is an ideal person with nothing bad record can be found on him. Such a person. But then even for such a person, when a person gets attracted to something else other than Krishna, then they have to go further rectification in their life, fine-tuned, so that they come to the proper understanding and proper bhakti towards Krishna. Those things are understood by Bharat Maharaj's story. Now there could be a question, well, Bharat Maharaj was fantastic example, wonderful character, nothing wrong found in him. But what about me? I am a fallen soul. I am not Bharat Maharaj. I have done so much mistakes in my life. I'm still continuing to do mistakes. I don't know whether I'll be good tomorrow or not. I may be good today. I don't know about tomorrow. What is my situation? What's my situation? Irrespective of however you are, whatever you are, chanting will help anyone for that matter. How do we understand? We have to take an example of someone who's really, 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 really bad to the extreme case. That cannot be anyone else other than Ajamila. Therefore, to give the importance of chanting, we have to take a person like Ajamila. It gives a encouragement for people like us who are sinful. We have done a lot of sins in our life. So it gives an encouragement to us. The holy name will deliver me. And the same holy name will also help me to become more detached and not be attached and face the same thing what Bharat Maharaj faced in his life. Therefore, the purpose of two is ultimately develop that bhakti towards Krishna. One is detached, one is attached. One is by chanting the name of Krishna, another one is to remember always Krishna. That remembering always Krishna will only come by chanting the name of Krishna on a daily basis. So that's how we connect these both stories together. Make sense, Mataj?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, yes.
Okay. Any other questions? Anyone else?
Prabhu, I have a question. So when the mind gets agitated, seeing or hearing something, so what is the solution to divert the mind?
Well, you have a child at home. When the child is asking something, what do? Which you don't want to give the child, your kid. What do you do to the kid?
We'll get something else, Prabhu.
Yeah, same thing. Therefore, we divert our mind to something else, and that something else should be Krishna consciousness, something to do with bhakti. And it's a program. It's a program where consciously has to be done.
So you have to practice that, Prabhu, or it naturally comes?
It doesn't come naturally. It doesn't come naturally. For the sadhakas, it's a practice. That's why that we are all called sadhakas, practitioners. We are called practitioners because every opportunity in our life is to strengthen ourselves. And this opportunity only happens to people like us to strengthen ourselves. Because we have family, we have children, we have job, we have to deal with many other people. So all these things are experience, right? When we apply for a job, for example, nowadays, you know very well, you're in a industry, corporate world, the interviews that they ask is no more, can you tell me this command, how to execute it? Can you tell me how to open Excel sheet? Can you tell me how to shut down? None of these questions has been asked. They will ask, can you explain me a scenario where you dealt this situation? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu. Real-time use case.
Why do they ask this one?
To learn about his experience.
And how is that going to help that company, new company?
So he can apply in his work.
Exactly. Therefore, the new company is always looking for, have you seen challenges in your life while you're working in previous companies? And if you say, my life was very smooth, I go 8 o'clock, come out 5 o'clock, there's nothing, then that's a different type of job. Not that I'm discouraging any job here, but I'm just, because you're into this field, IT field, I'm just giving an example like this. Therefore, the experience that we go through in previous life is to strengthen ourselves. We become more stronger to deal any further situation. Therefore, yes, these are the experience that by these experiences, as it comes, we tell our mind, engage our mind in right things, and push the other thing for time being. Don't tell the mind that I'm not going to give you. Tell the mind that we'll revisit that after some time. Let me focus on this. So by postponing that demands, then that will go away. That's a practice. Helps you? Right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, any other discussions?
Prabhuji, I actually wanted to clarify one thing. Like I got a little bit inattentive when you are talking about the Pandavas and Kauravas senas. Like Pandava had five five or seven Akshani senas, and Kauravas had 11 Akshani senas. So how did you connect it to Rajagunas and Tamagunas were predominant and that covered Sattva Gunas? So I think I got a little bit inattentive at that point of time. Could you elaborate on that?
That's fine. We can hear from whoever attentively heard this one. Who wants to volunteer and say that, please? Can someone answer that question? How does the 7 Akshogini and 11 Akshogini that given as an example relates to Rajoguna, Tamoguna, and so forth?
I mean, my understanding is that we have a lot more Rajoguna than Sattvaguna. That's why Kauravas were full of Rajoguna. That's why they had more army than the Sattvaguna.
Thank you, Kuntiji. So, Priya Mataji, so, always the Papa thing is more compared to Punya thing that we have. Always, whenever we try to do good things, our energy level will be challenged by the opposite, the negative things. That is Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Always when we try to do good things, we always get opposition from others. There'll be very less number of support when we do good things compared to the bad things. That's how it's all related to 7 Akshogini, Sena, and 11. Does it make sense? Is it clear now?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, this is Kiran. Quick question.
Kiranji, Hare Krishna.
Ajamila tries repeatedly to think of all the teachings and his family background and finally gives him. How do we keep ourselves from that fate?
Stay in the association of saintly people, people who helps you to remember. Whenever is needed, take shelter of those people who can bring you back in right direction. These are some practical examples. When the mind does something, reach out or take shelter of Krishna. Helplessly take shelter of Krishna's holy name. Chant his holy name. And it's not a joke, we'll be saved.
In the same context, I'm going to ask you one other thing.
Yes.
I'm trying to read Jadabharata's instructions. I don't usually read. I only follow what you're instructing us. But I'm trying to read, especially where
So
the one.
one small, once before you proceed, just a correction. I'm not instructing anyone. I'm just sharing what I heard, what I read. So please, I'm not instructing anyone. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm trying to read Jadabharata's instructions.
One second, sorry, I'm hearing side noises.
I'm trying to read.
If anyone else is not speaking, please mute your phone. Okay, go ahead, Kiran.
May I? Yeah. King Jadabharata Maharaj trying to instruct Rahugana, especially where he compares the material world to a forest. It is very intense, and I felt a lot of distress. Please help.
See, you know the process of how the sugar is made?
I think so.
Yeah, what they do, let me explain anyway. What they do is, is there a way that we can mute whoever is not muted, Ravi?
Yes, Prabhu, I'm trying to mute Ashwin Joshi.
Okay, thank you. So, the sugar cane that you've seen, the sugar cane, that has been processed and boiled. As that been processed, and then as they boil it, there are a lot of unnecessary particles. Those things will come to the surface. And one has to remove that and throw that away and boil it again. Again, you will get it and throw that away. Again, you boil it, throw the surface, whatever the dirt comes, throw it away. And finally, what you get is those cubes, the sugars, which later becomes sugar crystals, right? When we read certain things, when we do chanting, when we hear such things, there could be situation where we feel heaviness in ourselves. We might become fearful, we may become distressed, we may become somewhat, intimidated, something. It's all nothing but the fear that we have is coming to the surface. What will happen? This is too much for me. So when the fear comes out, that's when we have to clear them off. And clearing is not to stop reading or stop hearing, again boil it, meaning it's continuing hearing and continuing chanting, continuing reading should go on. As you keep doing this one, then you'll get a clarity, you'll get a clear surface. No more distress, no more fear, nothing. It'll all be cleared. The only process is to continue doing what you're doing. Initially, it's not the way that you expect. But gradually, as you keep doing it, it clears off. The same Bhagavatam will help you to be in peace and will to be in happiness without the distress. That's a suggestion, not instruction.
Thank you. That really helps. And I will stick with it. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna.
And he always sends questions and asks questions. Please continue doing that. Anything that you have, not to carry on and keep it to yourself. Okay, we usually get some question from Greg. Is Greg here in this call? Yes. So do you have any questions, Mr. Greg? You want to post anything, or are you good from today's session? Okay, I assume there's no any further questions. So if there's no any questions, thank you all very much for your time. And okay, there seems to be some question here. Okay, hold on. Did Ajamila commit other sins besides this wife thing? Yes, he committed so many sins to survive and take care of his newly married wife and take care of his all the new children that he got through this new wife. So he started robbing people, stealing from everyone, and harming people, and all sort of things. I don't know the list of everything that he did, but it is said he has done so much that one cannot even keep track of how much he did. So much he has done. Other sinful activities. He started killing people. He started taking intoxication, all sort of things. He left his dharma, his duties, and started doing other things. Okay, great. You're welcome. Okay, if there's nothing else, if anyone is having some extra time and they don't know what to do and they want to be engaged in some service, or if you have any of your children who's youth especially, and they want to be engaged in any services during this holidays time, please let us know, let me know. So we have a lot of projects, a lot of things coming up. We like to engage them. And so they are also engaged. And don't only look for your children to do, you have to be a role model. So you can also take up some services if you have some time to do. So please let us know. Let myself or Ashokji or Ravi or Gopal, any of them know if you're available. Okay. Okay, you all have a wonderful Krishna conscious week. Talk to you all next Saturday. Hare Krishna. Thank you.